All right. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out. So we're approaching the end of May. June's coming up. Late last week, Hogan actually gave the okay for gyms to start doing outside workouts, but he wasn't very clear about it. But we've got some final approvals that we are allowed to start outside. So starting June 1st, we're going to start outside workouts. They're going to be limited to not 9 members. So we're only allowed to have groups of 10. So it'd be 9 members plus the coach. So starting Monday, we will start that process. We're only going to be starting with 2 classes at any particular time. We're only going to start with 2 classes a day. It's going to be at 9:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Those are our 2 biggest classes. With demand, we'll increase that number as we need to. But to start, we're just going to start with two classes. So if those 2 classes are filled up all week, like right off the bat, we will up those classes as needed. So that the first week, the plan is that Kristen and I are probably going to be doing all of the coaching. So one of us will do the mornings and one of us will do the evenings. And then as we kind of get that routine down, some of the other coaches will start hopping in. So we're going to go over some of the specifics. This is stage 2. So if you guys were at our last town hall, we kind of had some of the layouts of how we're going to be doing the stage 2 stuff. So just a few reminders. Again, it's going to be 9 members only. You're going to have to reserve your spot ahead of time. If you do not have a reserved spot, you cannot show up. If we have more than 10 people, we can get in trouble. All right. So we don't want that to happen. So you have to reserve a spot. 9 people is not a lot for the size of our gym and community. So we are going to have a no-show fee. So if you end up reserving a class and you end up not showing, there will be a fee associated with that. It won't be a lot, but that's something where another person could have used that spot. Now, if you have to cancel, that's fine. But if you just don't show up, that's wasting a spot for somebody else. We will be asking you to bring your own equipment or the equipment that we let you borrow for this time. Just the logistics of cleaning and moving everything in and out of the gym just doesn't make sense. So we would ask you to bring your own equipment. We'll have a few extra dumbbells and kettlebells for you if you don't have anything just in case. But try and bring whatever you want with you. We will have designated spots for people. So you'll just, park in your usual spots, park somewhere, and we'll have cones laid out, and then you'll just go to your spot. And then when it's time to go, the coach will start the class and do your thing. And then once everybody's done, we'll finish up and, head out just like a regular class, but we're just doing it all outside. But again, you're going to have a specific area that you need to stay within for that entire class, at least while you're working out, to make sure we're keeping that distance. From person to person, we're keeping 16 feet. Standard social distancing is 6 feet, but when we're working out, we're breathing heavier, right? So the velocity of your breath coming out is increased. You're whipping your hair stylishly like you're in a movie, and sweat comes off of you. I know when I'm doing barbell work and I'm doing thrusters and I'm sweating a lot, it'll actually flick my beard and I'll actually get the little sweat flick, right? So we want to try and limit that as much as possible. So instead of the 6 feet, we're going to be going 16 feet to make sure we're staying safe for the time being. And we will continue that 16-foot distance in the gym when we switch to that as well. Obviously, we're going to be outside, so we're going to be dealing with the elements. So a few of the things that you have to take into account is weather. So we might cancel class if, you know, it's raining, right? So that's something you have to be aware of and keep an eye out on social media. We'll try to text that out. You should, whenever we cancel a class and you're reserved for it, an email is sent, so you can check your email and make sure that's happening. And, you know, if it's raining, you know, keep an eye out. The other thing is the sun. You know, if you're outside for 45 minutes to an hour, that sun can be a lot. So making sure you're wearing protective headgear, make sure you're you know, using sunscreen, all of that stuff. You know, headbands, whatever you got to do to make sure you're protecting yourself. That'd be a really smart idea to make sure you're doing that. Just be ready for it. You know, equipment can get hot sitting in the sun, so bringing a towel, you know, like a few hand towels to cover up equipment in case it gets hot. It's another thing to keep in mind. So you know, we're going to be battling the weather, and remember, all this stuff is temporary. We need to get through this, and we will get through this. And this is all temporary measures. As stuff gets better, we'll start loosening those, and you know, hopefully get back to normal sooner rather than later. We talked about reserving classes earlier. You have to reserve classes. I uploaded 2 videos to our YouTube page today, actually like half an hour ago, that goes over exactly how to reserve a class and how to cancel that reservation. So if you just go to YouTube and look up Equity Fitness, you'll see our page on there. Go to videos, and it's the 2 latest videos, or you can do how to reserve a class, and those videos will come up. Not yet. For this time, like I said, we are only allowed outside. So what that means is we are not going to have access to the gym. At least not, you can't, if there's an emergency, we're not going to have you, you know, pee your pants, right? But you need to, if you're coming to class, you need to be under the assumption that you're not going to have access to a bathroom, because the gym is not supposed to be open and we're not supposed to be in there. So you do your very best to do that. Like I said, if it's an absolute emergency, you know, we'll figure something out. You know, guys, there's some woods over there. What if you have to, we can, but we're trying not to go in the building at all. Let's see. One of the other things, so this is, I'm going to get a little, not menacing, but talk frankly. If you are not comfortable, don't come, right? If you are around more people, you're going to be at a relatively higher risk. Are we taking as many precautions as we can? Yes, to make sure people stay safe. But are you at a somewhat higher risk? Yeah, probably, because you're going to be around 10 people. I mean, we are outside and whatnot and doing everything we can. But if that makes you slightly uncomfortable, you know, take your time, and you can still have those online coaching that we have remote. And, you know, when you feel comfortable, you can come back in. So we're going to continue. So that's kind of the outdoor classes in general. Now, just for some general stuff outside of the group classes, and I'll open up for questions in just a second. We have kids. We're planning that right now. We haven't nailed all of that down yet, but we're planning to do kids outside as well. We're also planning the Legends class. So if you're either of those, you have kids that do our program, or you are 40 and over, keep an eye out for that. We're working on it. If you're more comfortable staying remote, the online coaching is going to be something that we offer all the time now. That is something that if you find yourself succeeding and doing better in that atmosphere, our goal is to help you become healthier, fitter, and improve your quality of life. And if you do that through online coaching, we want to continue to help you do that. So if that's something that you're interested in, we can stay with that. We'll also be having a hybrid once we go to our online, or once we come back into the gym, we'll be offering a hybrid. And basically that's a mix between group classes and our online coaching. We're working on creating like some more membership types for that. So if you're interested, stay tuned, and we'll have like super specifics on how to do that. The thing about kind of merging the two, you have your group classes, like you have that group atmosphere where you can get coached during the workout, but then you can still have that personal touch of exactly what you should be doing, how you should be doing it, and some other options that we have. So that's something to keep in mind. I think that's all I have. Krista, you have anything? You guys couldn't see her. Krista's here as well.
I think you got it all.
That's it. All right. Like what I just want to reiterate, if you're coming to class, you want to make sure that you're prepped for class. Like you need to make sure you have everything you need: water, towels. Make sure you have it all, because we're not going to have access to the gym, so we're not going to be able to provide as much stuff as we usually do. And hopefully we get through that. So again, this is starting June 1st. That's Monday. We will have, you cannot register for classes yet. Registration should be up starting sometime tomorrow, and it is first come, first serve. All right. Like I said, if we just get bombarded with a lot, we'll try and add some classes as we can. All right. So if you guys have any questions, let us know. You can unmute yourself and then go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Barrick, what about masks? Are you requiring that people wear those?
So for outside, we are not. It's an outdoor venue, so we won't be having that. Once we move indoors, we are going to have specific guidelines for all the members. So when you walk into the building, you will have to have a mask, but then when you're working out, we'll take it off once we get into our areas. But right now, while we're outside, I don't think we're required to wear masks. So we're not forcing people to. If you feel more comfortable with one, wear one. Again, we have that 16 feet. We're going to be working out. So as long as we stay distance, before and after the class, I think we will be okay without that. Yeah. Anything else? Any other guy? Any other questions? No, I guess I'm just really good at explaining things. I wish I was good at explaining the snatch like I was at all of our stuff. Michelle would actually be able to snatch. Is that it, everybody? Anybody else? No? All right. Well, I don't want you guys, I don't want to hang on to you guys longer than I have to. If you guys have any questions, post them in the Facebook, send us an email, send us a text, let us know. June 1st, we're going to start our online classes. We don't know when we'll move to stage 2. We haven't had any, we don't know. We know as much as you guys with when they're going to open what. So, and like I said, when they allow us to start opening the gym, that doesn't mean we're going to open the gym the next day. We had, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. Sorry, one more thing. Once we once we're allowed to open the gym, we need to make sure that we're ready as coaches for it. So one of the things that we did prepping for the outdoor classes is all the coaches today had a mock class that I coached. So if you're on Instagram, I posted a video to close friends, If you're not a close friend with Equity, just shoot me a DM and I'll add you to the close friends list. So we did a little outdoor class. You can see all the coaches out there, except for me, I'm taking the video, us out there doing the workout of the day. And, we were just testing it out, and then we just troubleshot, hey, what can we expect? What do we need to think of? So, we're really prepping for this. It's not just by the seam of our pants. We are planning, and we're doing our best to make sure that we're keeping you guys safe and make sure you're having fun and being healthy and fit. So we're putting it in. And the reason I bring that up is once we move to the indoor, we're probably going to do that same thing. We'll have a coach class indoors to make sure everybody knows what they're doing and how to do it. All right. Last call for questions. Anybody? No?
Are you going to be doing any outdoor classes on Saturdays? Because the weekday classes for me, I can't make those because of work.
Yeah, that is a great question. And for some reason, that did not come up. My first thought is yes. Yeah, I think yes, we are, but it wouldn't be not this Saturday. It would be the following Saturday. And we'll have a little bit more guidance on that because nine people for a Saturday class obviously isn't going to be great. So I'll talk with the coaches and figure out what we want to offer on Saturdays. Good question, Christine. Thank you. Is that it? One of the things that nobody ever asked, like, Barrick, how is your beard looking so good right now? And I told the coaches, I was like, this is a question you need to be asking is how does Barrick keep his beard so well? And the key is to condition and shampoo every other day. You can't do it every day. You got to do it every other day. All right. So that's the key to it. All right. All right, guys. I appreciate you listening to me talk. Those of you who had video, I appreciate it. I love seeing your guys' face. So thank you for that. Those who didn't, that's fine. Oh, there we go. So thank you. And I love seeing your guys' faces. Enjoy the rest of your night. Sleep tight, get your 8 hours in, and see you guys later. Say bye, Krista.
Bye.